British Parliament demands another referendum. Would the British government grant it?
Well, what we've said, and the position's quite clear, is that the UK government would have to agree to there being a referendum.
Yeah, I know that.
So
that's why I'm asking you, would you grant it?
Of course, there could be another referendum, but we want to argue that there shouldn't be another referendum.
The British Parliament decides we don't like the terms of BrExit. We want a referendum now on deciding whether we're part of this. Would you grant it?
For there to be a referendum, there would, as there was previously, there would have to be an agreement between the two governments in the same form, in the same form as the Edinburgh Agreement.
Viewers will have noticed you haven't really answered my question, but let's move to another one. Could Scotland remain inside the single market in Europe as part of the Brexit process?
I've said from the outset that we would listen to any proposals that the Scottish Government brought forward in relation to Scotland's interests. At this moment, I see it impossible, for example, that Scotland could remain within the EU whilst the rest of the UK
could it remain
left.
Within the single market?
And I think it would be difficult to see how that could be achieved. But I've said before, we'll listen to any proposals that the Scottish Government bring forward in relation to achieving the best interests of Scotland. But
you praised Scotland's membership of the single market during the referendum. You praised it. March of this year, you talked about the access it gave, it secures jobs, vital to tourism, industry, inbound visitors, all the rest of it. So why wouldn't you work to maintain it for Scotland?
I agree with the benefits that Scotland has received from the single market, but we're in a different situation now. The UK is negotiating its exit from the EU. As the Prime Minister has said, it's not going to be on the basis of existing arrangements. It's going to be on the basis of a new and unique arrangement for the United Kingdom.
Are you prepared to look at Scotland, given the way it voted and given the history we've just gone through, that would have a special post-Brexit status, that we leave the EU, but Scotland would have a distinct status within that formula?
I'm willing to look at any proposal that's brought forward that takes forward Scotland's interests. But in the 4 months since Brexit, we've had no specifics from the Scottish Government. They say now that they have them. Of course, we'll look at. Of course,
we haven't the specifics from your government on how we're going to leave. So it's a bit rum to attack the Scottish Government. The principle is, could Scotland have a special position, and would you help that or not?
I would further Scotland's interests, and I'm willing to listen to any proposal that's brought forward.
Will fish and farming go back to Edinburgh?
Well, obviously, the devolution settlements are going to be changed because
do they go to Edinburgh or to London?
Well, there'll be a debate and discussion about that. We're at the beginning of that process. I want to make sure that we get the best arrangements for Scotland.
Surely that goes without saying. I think you can't answer whether fish and farming go back.
We want to listen to what fishermen and farmers say. We want to listen to what the people of Scotland have to say on this issue.